Good morning, everybody. It's a Monday, the 25th of May, and this video is called Chit Chat Monday, courtesy of Alan. Thank you very much for that title. That wins him a virtual hour of my time when it's convenient to him. Now, you've got to listen very carefully to this. I didn't socially isolate. I didn't break the socially distancing rules. I didn't break the stay in isolation or stay at home. But what a funny morning I've had, right? I awakened to a household full of people, dogs, children. They were all talking. They were talking about the live chat that they were having. I mean, everybody just piled in my door. More people were arriving. I wasn't even up. And I was kind of frantically trying to find my phone, find my computer to record the call. Then everybody kept telling me, well, just post it later. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Children running under tables, dogs running under tables. Now, I wasn't breaking any rules. What had happened? I suddenly realised I actually wasn't awake. It was my dream. But I felt as if I'd already done the video. So I was kind of running around thinking, oh my goodness, what do I do now? So here goes the second time round. But the first was in my dream. Now it's real. Okay. Well, May this year, May 2020, and maybe every May, I don't know, but it's been so far, it's been very emotional, certainly for me, and I'm speaking to others who've lost maybe a loved one, and it's just been very, very emotional, and it's been leaving us all a bit down. So, I know some people will be feeling it this way is because it's the anniversary of the death of a loved one, or they're remembering traumas that they had. But I think it almost seemed to be in the air. It was quite unusual, just that we were all experiencing the same thing. Well, whatever the reason, we're going through some kind of terrible emotional downtime last week. It's going to be chit chat today and upbeat for the rest of the week. Well, I hope. Live videos will be a bit more upbeat. Well, I hope they've been inspirational throughout, but this week we're going to try and be upbeat and bring at least some cheer and positivity to everyone. So, we know that trying to stay positive and upbeat is an uphill struggle. It's an uphill battle. Whatever it is, there are definitely things that you can do. And I'm going to give you a few ideas. And there's an exercise at the end, so you've all got to try and join in this. Obviously not while I'm talking, but afterwards. And then you can report back to me either publicly if you want, or a private message me. But these ideas will improve your mood. So you can be in a bad mood for many things, from rejection, guilt, failures, losses, many more hurts that you go through maybe every day, and even not completing tasks, not completing things on your to-do list, that can bring you down, or forgetting someone's birthday. I mean, all these things, you're getting worked up again over social media posts, so many negative things. And of course, I would say the recommendation for the posts and the news is just be careful that you're looking for a credible source, information from a credible source. And of course, remember the power of your mind. Turn those negative thoughts and feelings into constructive ones even. Construction, that's more like building sites. So constructive ones, positive ones where you can. So listen to music. Now, a lot of these things I've talked about before, but I think we need to reinforce these all the time. So there's no harm in repetition. Repetition, remember, practice makes perfect, or makes the master. So repetition makes something into a habit, and we want good habits. So listen to your favourite music. Turn it up where possible, as long as you're not annoying other people. And of course, that helps reduce your overthinking mind. So for those who are overthinkers, listen to your favourite music. I've said before, say it again, laugh. It releases dopamine in your brain, and that raises your mood, and it brings oxygen into your body. It cools down your stress response system, so you feel more positive, relaxed and calm. What more would you want? So a laugh is free. Walk outside, anywhere. If you're exposing yourself to the light, Studies show that you'll improve your mental health, and of course you'll have fewer sleep problems even, and less depression. Declutter, I've talked about that before. Now that does not mean stressing yourself out, decluttering every room, every drawer. It's if you've got a whole lot of stuff round about you, it can depress you because it reminds you of how much you haven't done and what you need to do, and therefore you get yourself in a tizzy. So remember, you don't have to spend all day doing this. You just need to reorganise a few things, a drawer, a part of a room. You will feel better. And I've said it before, said it again. What is this? I'm giving myself a self-hug. Hugs. They're giving someone else. Obviously, a physical hug is absolutely tremendous. But if you can't do that, even a virtual hug can lift your spirits, because you get that feeling you're giving someone a hug and they're giving you one back. And of course, if you can't give someone else a hug, yourself. Give yourself a hug. The warmth of your hands and your arms around you does help. Now, I remember when I first talked about this, people were kind of laughing, saying it was a wee bit kind of creepy. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it in front of people, where do I suggest you all go? It's going to be a very busy place. The bathroom. Just get yourself there, lock the door, and give yourself that superb hug. And you can even actually massaging your neck or massaging your hands, your forehead, massaging your forehead, just doing these things yourself. Again, studies show it reduces the heart rate and the stress hormone cortisol in your system. So why would you not want to do that? And it's a simple thing. I mean, I've just done it there just now. I could be doing this as I'm talking to you. So it's actually relaxing me and I feel calm. Or do you know, if you've got sort of a headache, you can kind of press the pressure points, on your forehead. So try that. Another one is better still actually, write down positive moments. Things you have done well. Now, again, we're not talking about winning the Nobel Prize. We're talking about simple things that you have done, positive moments that you can remember. And of course, it's like journal writing. Writing down things does help. It kind of reinforces, actualizes the things. And this next one's quite good. Now, there's lots of kind of research around this. Vent. Let your annoyance out. Let your frustrations out. Don't bottle things up. Now, that's easier said than done, because if you've got a partner or someone who's supportive of you, then that's maybe quite good, but it can get them a bit worked up as well. And you don't want to be shouting and bawling, and we're all feeling a bit down at this time. So to me, I'm fortunate, I do drive, I have a car, but I have seen myself take myself off somewhere quiet, and I just go, just scream and just let it all out there. I don't know if you've seen the post on social media, but it's a fabulous one of a bear in the mountains, all alone at the edge of this mountain forest, I think he's at, and he's standing straight and he's just coming out with every so often. It's really funny, but that's him kind of venting his frustration. Now, obviously, if it's difficult, and if you can't maybe get out, again, maybe the bathroom, a pillow, muffle into it, or punch a pillow. Just let it out, because you can get really frustrated. The next thing is, and I've said it before, is be happy. But it's not easy to find happiness, and yet most people in the world strive to find happiness. And what do? They buy things, the material things. You can't buy happiness. And of course, happiness to each of us, it's different for each of us. But generally, it is how you feel from moment to moment, combined with the overall feeling you have when you feel satisfied with life. That is really happiness. And satisfaction doesn't come by buying things. By all means, treat yourself to a small thing. I think I've even recommended that in previous videos. Yes, buy a little thing, treat yourself. But you don't need to be buying things. I mean, small things, treating yourself, is having a lovely shower, or if I love a bath, I've got a bath, just some candles on and just lie in the bath. Absolutely fabulous. And it will inspire you. And of course, surround yourself by other things and people that inspire you, and that also helps. But you need to be authentic. If you're authentic, then people will accept you the way you are, and they will too. So it's a kind of knock-on effect, a win-win situation. So some tips really about happiness, and you can maybe try this, is enjoying the simple things: singing, dancing, reading, walking, art. I mean, there's so many things, and you don't have to, you're not Mona Lisa, you're not Picasso. Might find out you turn out to be that, but it's not that. It's just enjoying the simple things. Be kind. That really brings the good feel factor in, and you can feel happy. So encourage it. Encourages a positive mood. It's this dopamine again. It's the helper's high, we call it. And being kind can be just listening to someone else. Remember the attentive listening, the FA, the full attention. And you can listen to a friend, to a colleague. That's a tremendous thing. You're being kind to that person by just listening, not judging, not jumping in. And then, of course, a random act of kindness. Make someone a cup of tea, coffee, whatever. Just a random act. And of course, we have lots of volunteers just now. Volunteers are helping all over the place in this pandemic. Be grateful. Now, be grateful is, I would say, it's quite good to have a gratitude list. And if you have, it can become a routine then. Now, you might, if you're a list maker, you might have loads of things, 10, 12 things that you're grateful for. And that's fine. Make the list as long as you like. But I would say if you've got a list like that, then maybe just look at 2 or 3 of them every day, whichever kind of fits with how you feel that day. So be grateful. I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful. I have people listening to me just now. Everything that I'm grateful for just increases my mood and I feel better. And of course, nutrition, that's a kind of given. Try and get fruit and veg, and that improves your physical and mental health. And of course, my mind bites. These are my meditations, my mindfulness meditations. They're short, but if used they're regularly, they're very effective, and they reduce anxiety and stress. Now I come to the exercise, and for those of you who are listening just now, you can do it, and those who listen afterwards can do this as well. I want you to choose a number from 1 to 7. Now, you can all choose 1, you can all use 2, it doesn't actually matter. But please remember, have you chosen your number just now? If you've chosen your number, whatever that number is, you're going to have to do what I'm telling you to do. So if you've chosen number 1, I want you to choose music. I want you to, now all of these things I'm going to ask you to do, no matter whether you're number 1 or up to 7, all of these things are going to give you need time and you need space for yourself. So for music, not listening with others, I want you to take time and space to yourself and listen to music you enjoy. If you're not going to annoy anyone else, turn that music up and just let it invade your body and mind. I know people might like heavy metal, yes, but I would suggest you should have maybe more relaxing music. If you've chosen number 2, I want you to take a walk by yourself. Now, it can just be to the front door. It doesn't matter. If you've got a garden, fair enough. We're still self-isolating up here in Scotland. I think in England you can go out. So if you can, take a walk and just breathe in the air. See nature all around you. And of course you're getting light, because getting light in actually can increase your mood. If you've chosen number 3, for number 3 people, you've got to declutter. So you've got to maybe declutter your desk, a drawer, the kitchen cabinet, or just maybe reorganize something. It could be your list making. You've maybe got 10 to 100 things on this list. Just bring it down and reorganize that list, prioritize it. If you're number 4, you're maybe thinking, oh, I'm lucky number 4's here. What I want you to do is hug. And I think just to avoid any kind of pandemic and any symptoms being transferred, I think give yourself a virtual hug. And I'd like you to take time and space for yourself to do this. And I want you not just to hug, but just massage your forehead and even just your hands or your neck and shoulders. And you really will feel better. Now, those who've chosen number 5, I want you to do like the bear in the mountain, the vent. It just needs to, you just get out that annoyance and frustration out there. And please don't do it maybe in front of anyone else so you're not shouting. So again, maybe in the bathroom, and you can muffle the noise with a pillow or something. I mean, don't suffocate yourselves, but just get that out there. And then release the tension. So you can tense yourself up and then release the tension. If you've chosen number 6, I want you to be kind. Now, being kind for this one, I know I've said be kind to others, but I would actually like you to be kind to yourself. So what I want you to do is treat yourself to something you like. Not buying online, please. We don't need to be spending money. But it might just be, again, it could bring in a meditation, just sitting quietly, just be kind to yourself, give yourself time and space. And then the number 7 people, if you're not doing it anyway, continue to do it. If you haven't done it before, I want you to do your gratitude list. Be grateful. And for this, if you've not done it before, it can be new to you, all these things are, then what I suggest is just make maybe 2 things, 3 things you're grateful for. And you'll find that will lift your mood. So if you want, 1 is music, 2 is the walk, 3 is declutter, 4 is the hug, 5 is to vent, but just be careful, just yourself, don't get yourself too worked up. 6 is be kind to yourself, and 7 is be grateful. And try and think things that you're grateful for. And it can actually be, I can see, thanks Debbie, you've been doing all 5. You chose number 5, right? You can vent today then, that's good. So if anybody else is wanting to share their number there, I hope you come back to me. But let me know what you're doing and how these help. They really do help. One of the things I think, because we were so down sort of in May and we've had difficulties, maybe people remembering lost loved ones, I think that's a good thing to be grateful for. One of the things you can do is be grateful for the people who were in your life. They may be gone now, but be grateful that they were in your life. Another thing that often can get people very upset is people can annoy us throughout life. Now, I want you to be grateful that person appeared in your life. Now, why do I say that? Because from every situation we have, you have a lesson to learn. And the biggest lessons are learnt from our biggest challenges. So these people that you come across who've annoyed you and they've been difficult or whatever, and I've said before, I think in a previous video, that sometimes people who annoy you, they're actually reflecting something in yourself that you're annoyed about yourself. So just be careful and maybe thank them. And if you've learnt a lesson, learn what that lesson is. It may be you've learnt to be more patient with other people. You've learnt to be less judgmental. So all these things are absolutely fabulous. And thanks, Dave, as you've come on. Being grateful every day. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful, I know I lost my son, but I'm grateful he was in my life. He brought so much joy to my life. And I'm doing what am I doing just now, anybody? My red door, blue doors. I don't fall about crying. So I think these things are really important. And of course, as always, I think we should just we usually start with it. We'll just finish with an affirmation to all our key workers, the lorry drivers, the shopkeepers, the nurses, everybody on the front line who are keeping us safe. And we just see our affirmation. We are grateful. We thank you for doing what you're doing from the bottom of our hearts. And then, of course, with our own, we should be doing an affirmation for ourselves. Remember the 3 Ps? Mine today would be now when I have enjoyed the chit chat. So that's personal, it's I, it's present or past tense. I've used past because I've had the chit chat, and it's positive because I've enjoyed it. So that's your kind of 3 Ps. But you can make up your own, and I hope you're having these affirmations and writing one on a bit of card and putting it in your pocket or your purse or whatever to remind you every day. And then C is for creative imagination. And today I thought we'd do, because I'm trying to lighten the mood, I thought I would do the floating feathers one, the floating feathers meditation, which keeps you calm, but it also raises your awareness, because when you're looking at this or imagining this happening, you're actually imagining every single thing that's around you. In fact, it's an interesting thing. I don't know if you've, I was doing a virtual workshop with a group, and I used to do this, but have you ever got home and you've been driving somewhere, you've got home, and then news comes on, say that there's been an accident, and you think, oh, I passed that area. Did you remember it? Would you remember it? So sometimes I used to say to myself, if I'm walking or driving, I would try and look at something, try and visualize later, and bring it back to me later. And then I go home and I try and write an exercise as to exactly what I saw. Was the person wearing a green jacket, trainers or whatever? Was the shop lit up? All these things. And often it's quite difficult to remember. And I was in a situation where there was something happened between, somebody had actually created a fight, and there was 2 of us. We'd seen it, and then we were asked later to describe the incident, and both myself and this other person described the incident, and actually we described it completely differently. In fact, we almost kind of started arguing with each other. She said he was wearing blue jeans. I said, no, he wasn't wearing jeans. He had a brown jacket and long hair. She said, no, he had short hair. Interesting how we all have a different perception of something. And it's not that we were both wrong. If when things happen in a split second, you really just don't take everything in. So trying to be aware is quite a good exercise. If you go a walk, you can look round about and say, right, would I remember that when I go home? And then try and write about it. And even maybe visit, if it was a shop, visit it again and see, oh, I thought the shop sign was red and I've written green, little things. But it's really interesting. Anyway, before I rabbit on, I'm enjoying this chit chat so much. Thank you very much. We'll do the meditation, okay? So, as always, of course, we get ourselves grounded with our feet on the ground, and it's still quite cold out here, but if you want to do these things outside, it's wonderful sitting outside and just getting yourself in tune with nature and grounded. To put your feet on the ground, and I'm sitting in a chair, shoulders back. You like to be quite sort of erect, because remember, you're going to do the deep breathing, and that is when you breathe in through the nose, you're pushing your tummy out, your diaphragm out, as if you're blowing up a balloon, because that's bringing energy into your body and your mind. So we take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then as we exhale, the tummy, the diaphragm goes in as if the balloon is deflating. And we'll just do that again. So with your eyes closed, take a deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Now I want you to imagine a soft white feather. You watch this fluffy feather slowly floating down. You are aware of how delicate and fine it is. You feel a sense of lightness. Your mind is calm. Your body is calm. You imagine how delicate and fine the white feather is. You feel as if you could touch it You are more aware. You are aware of every single frond of the feather. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold and then exhale. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And when you exhale, feel a sense of calm wash over you. Slowly open your eyes and say, I feel calm. I feel positive. I am more aware of everything around me. I feel a sense of calm. And then just bring yourself back into the present. Shake your shoulders and you can stretch your arms or yawn, just relaxing all the facial muscles. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'm not sure what tomorrow brings. I can't think. It'll be something upbeat. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and all the number between 1 and 7, let me know what you've done, and it'll be really interesting. I think I chose 7 actually. I'm just trying to think, and that was being grateful. I have a gratitude list, and of course I've got my inspiration or my achievement board. And we've talked about that before. That's a fabulous thing. And you can look at it and go, I'm grateful for this, grateful for that. So have a great day. The sun is shining here. It's lovely here, although a bit slightly colder than perhaps down south. I hope you're all staying well, staying safe, and virtual hugs to everybody and kisses. Thank you very much for watching.